Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host for the week, Dan Regester, joined as always by Robert Fox.
What is going on? Now, I don't know how this show is going to sound yet, but I hope, because we're recording it, I don't know how it's going to sound in post yet, but I hope that One Shining Moment or the CBS theme will be playing over the beginning of this episode.
Well, not on YouTube.
Yeah, not on YouTube. Can't do it on YouTube.
Certainly not on the audio either, because it's the same as YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah,
Ah, shit.
I'm lazy.
Fair enough.
It's a quick turnaround, Rob.
One shining moment.
We got dinged.
Right there.
Demonetized.
Immediately. That's $4 down the toilet.
I'm excited for today's episode.
I can
It's going
tell.
to be a pretty long one.
I can tell you're excited.
We have a guest as well. Scott Lopez joins the show once again.
Hey guys, how's it going? Pleasure to be here.
Straight from a paintball tournament. Didn't even stop at home.
Yeah, no, I got roasted by a 10-year-old yesterday. I was wearing my hot dog suit, and she walks up to me, and she says, "You look weird." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then she says, "But thumbs up for confidence."
Oh,
And I
God.
was like, "All right."
The second one's worse.
And then like a couple hours go by, she finds me again, and she's like, "Where'd you get that earring?" And I was like, "The farmer's market." And she goes, "You look like someone who goes to a farmer's market." And then just walks away. And I was like, "All right, child, what the hell?"
Why
First
was she
off,
roasting you so hard?
What an idiot child, because obviously only the wealthy go to a farmer's market,
Yeah,
right? You look like you go to Aldi
that's a good point.
or
Or
like,
like a Randall's?
Fiesta. No, Randall's is too high. It's like a Fiesta or an Aldi, maybe a Trader Joe when you're flush.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
payday weekends, Trader Joe's.
I mean, I've had that happen to me before. One time I was walking around along in HEB, and this little Mexican girl, and I think she was like extremely Mexican because she said this to me in Spanish, but I understood it because it was just one word, and it was impossible to, there's no language barrier for it. She looks up at me and my dark hair and my pasty skin, and she goes, points at me. She's with her mom, points at me and goes, "Vampiro." And I was just like, well, I was going out later tonight.
But again, another dumb bitch, because obviously a vampire wouldn't be in the sun.
It might have been nighttime. I think I was like going to get beer for like a pregame
Vampires are wealthy; they live a long enough time to get money.
to accrue.
so
What? Can you imagine being a poor vampire?
that'd be
How just like,
insane.
what a piece of shit you are.
Just generation after generation, and you did not accumulate wealth.
No, like literally by the 1700s, you just get $100, put it in a savings account, and don't touch it for a while.
That's kind of the story of Logan, right? He's been around since the Civil War, still has no money.
Hobo.
Dirt poor.
It's pathetic.
Today, though, we're doing something a little different. Got ourselves a March Madness bracket. Today, we're going to determine who is the biggest piece of shit to ever live.
Yep. We got 64 entries.
No, 68.
60. Oh, there's plans.
68 individuals vying for the biggest piece of shit in human history.
Let's go. I'm especially hyped today just because of what happened. We can stay evergreen with it, but it was a big day in March Madness if you're listening to this 2 years from now.
Let's start with the playing games. Let's come in hot.
No, hold on. We'll explain real quick the rules. When you say biggest piece of shit in human history, just looking up and down this bracket, it's a lot of mass murderers. Mm-hmm. So I don't think like Ted Bundy's on here, right?
No, I steered clear of the serial killers.
Right. So
I also, glaring omission right off the bat. Didn't even really come to my mind. Che Guevara.
It's all right. There's enough communists on here.
There's so many communists.
It's fine.
This is going to make a lot of people angry.
I'm excited because I know maybe a third of these names. So I'm just going to go up based off of names alone who I don't like, and maybe
Yeah.
they're a bigger piece of shit.
I assume you have background on the ones we don't. I probably know.
Yeah, I have
50% of
little
these.
kind of blurbs on each individual.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Although I didn't waste my time on, obviously.
Cool.
The number one overall seed is the H-Man.
Yeah.
It's Hitler.
So here's Adolf Hitler's key stats. Maybe you should list his stats just so we can get a lot of comments on people.
It wasn't 6 million.
Yeah, it was 274,000 max.
There's also a bunch of Nazis. It's hard to just let the Nazis skate by.
That's true. The problem is with a lot of the Nazis is that like it really was all just the H-man at the end of the day, I feel like.
No, I feel like, Himmler had a hand.
Yeah,
He's on
Himmler
the
for
list.
sure. But I wouldn't be like, is Goebbels on the list?
No, his girl's not on the list.
What?
Hitler's girl's not on the list.
No, Goebbels. Goebbels.
Oh, Goebbels isn't on the list.
Yeah, see, I don't think he qualifies for top 64.
I had a few other Nazis that we'll get to later that I felt exceeded Goebbels.
Okay.
Also, we didn't let Japan off the hook.
Can't.
But the number one overall seeds, we'll just kind of establish it now. And if you're watching on YouTube, I will have graphics for the bracket. We're going to get to the final four. And actually, we're going to let the fans determine the winner of this once we get to the final four.
Ooh.
So we'll give the four options. We'll put a poll up, and you'll
Yep.
get to vote who is the biggest piece of shit in human history. I think that's the way to go. I think we just limit it down to 4 people.
Okay. So the final four becomes a bit of a round robin, if you will. It's not A versus B, C versus
It's
D.
just going to be whoever gets the most votes.
Sweet. Okay.
Cool.
Us personally, though, we're going to get it down to 4
Okay.
from 68.
I'd still want to give my pitch for who wins.
Okay. Number one overall seeds, though, we have Hitler, we have Stalin, we have Genghis, don't call me Genghis Khan, and we got Mao. I feel like those are very deserving one seeds.
Those are solid 1 seeds for sure. Oh, man, we should have named the regions.
That would have been really funny.
So people, when I threw this idea out, was like, you should do it region by region, but I didn't want to limit it to, oh, this is the medieval region, or this is like the modern region.
Yeah.
I felt like these guys need to go hand to hand.
Yeah. And the regions...
There's also women, too. You know, we have
regions,
some women on here.
Yeah, the regions are actually meaningless in the real tournament for the most part.
Exactly.
so-
There's, no home court advantage for this.
Yeah.
But let's go with the playing games. Let's start somewhere you didn't expect. We are starting with Nazi Germany.
Okay.
Ilse Koch, the bitch of Buchenwald.
Yeah. She's making lampshades out of Jews and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what?
So she was a notorious Nazi war criminal who served as a guard and overseer at the Buchenwald concentration camp, known for her extreme cruelty, including accusations of selecting prisoners with distinctive tattoos to be killed with their skin used to make lampshades and other furniture.
I'd be so fucked with my Hillary Clinton tattoo.
Oh, that's going on a lamp.
I'd be the first one skinned alive.
Yeah, that's going on a lamp for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the arrow, too, on your arm right there is pretty sick.
Yeah, if they're a Buc-ee's fan, they can get a nice Buc-ee's lampshade.
She was a big fan of beaver nuggets.
And she's going up against Thug Baram. Now, Thug Baram was a leader of the Thuggee cult in India and murdered up to 931 people between 1790 and 1840 using a ceremonial yellow and white silk cloth to strangle victims. Baram and his followers were worshippers of the goddess Kali, believing their murders and robberies were ritualistic duties, not crimes.
All right, now, what that really is the bad guys from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. No, it was literally the Thuggee cult. They said when they're taking the hearts,
What?
Kalimal, Kalimal.
Huh.
It was a Thuggee cult. That was the
It's been a minute
antagonist
since
of
I've actually watched.
Glad to
Indiana
see they're
Jones.
still around.
Temple of Doom. Well, they're around in the 30s, I guess, according to Steven Spielberg. But so yeah, it's a Nazi who turns Jewish skin into lampshades, and the bad guys from Temple of Doom.
Now, the winner of this will face Genghis.
Oh,
So it's pretty meaningless.
this is
right?
a 16 seed playing.
These are 16 seeds playing each other. They're just happy to be involved.
Yeah.
Happy to make the list. Where are we going with this?
Skin lady.
Yeah, I'm gonna go skin lady.
I think strangling someone is like the nicest way to do it,
Yeah.
right?
All right. If you're both going skin lady, my vote doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So
I will say,
I'll abstain.
if you say the nicest way to do it, there is actually like a historical precedent for that argument. Back in like Roman times, for sure, they thought it was immoral or cruel to like stab a child to death. But if a child needed to die, like say Cleopatra's little brother,
Yeah.
they would strangle him. That was like the humane way to kill someone, I guess, or something. So
Hey, there we go.
yeah,
Ilse Koch moves on. I'm sure she's not going to make a deep run.
no.
The 11 seed, Andrew Jackson versus 11 seed, J. Edgar Hoover. Figured we get some Americans out of the way.
Yeah.
Trail of Tears versus FBI. Who's worse?
I don't see how Jackson doesn't win this game.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. So wait. Hoover started the FBI?
Edgar Hoover was just a dick. I don't even think he's one of the 68 most evil people to ever live.
He's the guy. That's the dam, right?
He's a bubble guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people died in the Hoover Dam. That's pretty bad.
Not the same guy.
No, that was Herbert Hoover, the
Oh.
president. J. Edgar Hoover was the FBI guy who ran the FBI for like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
A dick, certainly had people killed. And Andrew Jackson feels like he got more bodies and in worse ways.
I feel like the respectful answer is Andrew Jackson. Like, I want Andrew Jackson to make it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I believe he was worse than J. Edgar Hoover, but because I just want to tip the cap to Andrew Jackson.
I actually think that J. Edgar Hoover was a worse person, but Andrew Jackson did the worst things, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, J. Edgar Hoover was in some ways constrained by his times. Go drop J. Edgar Hoover into the 1820s and see what J. Edgar Hoover gets up to.
Conquering lands.
He's doing way more fucked up shit.
She's probably doing the William Walker, just going to Central and South America.
Yeah. I actually do think J. Edgar Hoover was a worse human being, but there were constraints on him. You know, it was you got to define. This is an era argument almost, but I'll take Jackson.
I just respect The Office too much.
At some point, though, like, numbers matter, style matters, right? What you actually did matters. J. Edgar Hoover, like I said, a worse person, but just wasn't able to do what Andrew Jackson had the will to, like the.
Well, that's
the
because
ability
you
to.
don't wear the tinfoil hat enough
Okay,
on this show.
I don't.
He was
J. Edgar
nerfed.
Hoover probably responsible, arguably, for more deaths
What in what?
with the amount the FBI has done in the last century.
Are these like second order, third order deaths?
Just trickle down effect, yeah.
Okay, well, Andrew Jackson wasn't trickling. Andrew Jackson was doing.
I agree. I'm going with Andrew
All
Jackson.
right.
So Lopez, your vote doesn't matter.
Yep.
Andrew Jackson moves on. Then we got another 16 seed, Nathan Bedford Forrest, versus a guy, Rob, you actually just did an episode on for Patreon.
Okay.
Hieronymus Cornelis.
You're gonna have to refresh my memory.
Now, he was part of the Dutch shipwreck, the Batavia,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot his name.
in Western Australia.
Yeah.
And he led a mutiny that took over and became a total monster on an island by himself with like this group of 200 people.
Yep.
He essentially became king of the island and did just the worst shit possible.
Slaughtered families. Became an absolute monster. Boy, it's hard to knock off the founder of the KKK, but if you read about the Batavia shipwreck, I'm inclined to go with Cornelis.
Forrest made his money as a massive slave trader and was a fairly good general for the Confederacy, but is best known for the Fort Pillow Massacre, where he executed a bunch of black Union soldiers who surrendered, and he was the first Grand Wizard of the KKK.
I'm so glad I didn't wear my wizard hat today.
I've actually
tough
changed
look.
my vote because he fucked up. Like, so part of me is like, my Cornelis vote is mostly like the families he slaughtered and the innocent people he killed. But Bedford Forrest did that too, like ripping families apart, and probably killed more people in a like, if he killed people in war, that's whatever. That doesn't count. I don't care if he was on the wrong side. He was fighting a war. That's fine. But when you're killing surrendered soldiers because of their race and you make your money on slave trading, yeah, I gotta go Forrest.
I'm going KKK.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just hear from you.
Yeah.
You agree?
I'd go KKK. There was quite a few of them in like Anaheim of all places.
Really?
Like even when I was still living there, what
I guess if there's a
15
place in
years
LA,
ago?
it's
It's Orange County.
it was weird. They'd have like protests, or I don't even know if they're protesting or just partying at the parks. But then a bunch of Mexicans would show up and they'd beat the shit out of each other. And there's this photo of a guy with, I think, just like a Confederate flag, like on a flagpole, stabbing one of the guys that was trying to fight him with the flagpole, and it made like OC Weekly or whatever newspaper at the time was.
Oh, so he did the Mel Gibson and the Patriot.
Yeah, he
But-
did that with like a Klan flag, or it was fucking wild, dude. And that was like a mile from my house.
It's like I want to see that photo because I want to see what the exact opposite of Mount Suribachi looks like.
I'll find it after
Yeah.
the show. Remind me.
And then we got a final playing game for the 11 seed between Robespierre and Francisco Franco. Now, Robespierre oversaw the arrest of over 300,000 suspects and executed roughly 17,000 enemies of the French Revolution.
Whoa.
Thankfully, he met the end that they did.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, I saw a funny thing. I guess there were like No Kings protests this weekend, and I saw some chick dressed as Marie Antoinette, and she said they want to do 1939. Let's make it 1789. Which I just saw that and I was like, so what you want is not a fascist to take power and try to conquer the world, but instead what you want is a fascist to take power and try to conquer the world, which was the end result of the French Revolution.
Let them eat cake.
So people are so goddamn stupid that I fucking hate everyone. But anyway, Robespierre might be one of my top 5 personal most hated.
Add him to Mount Rushmore.
No, because that Mount Rushmore was the Mount Rushmore of people that are absurd that I hate. The Robespierre deserves every ounce of it.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's Robespierre for me.
One of my least favorite characters in history as well.
He is such a bitch and I fucking hate Robespierre.
Francisco Franco led a military coup against the democratically elected Second Republic in Spain, resulting in a 3-year war, aided by the Nazis in Italy. He executed and imprisoned tens of thousands of suspected political opponents. So I think that's pretty easy for me. Robespierre moves on.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just because he's French.
Yeah.
too. Yeah, fuck him.
And let's get to the real tournament. Those were the playing games. So we got Robespierre as an 11 seed. We got Nathan Bedford Forrest takes the 16, Jackson with an 11 seed, and Ilza Koch, the bitch of Butch and Wald, takes the other 16 seed.
Okay.
Let's get to the top of the bracket. Where else do we start? The H-Man. Adolf Hitler. Your favorite artist.
Yeah.
I almost said like Big H, but like that would sound so bad.
The one guy in history everyone knows.
The one. It's Hitler and Jesus, which is almost kind of perfect.
Unfortunately, Jesus didn't make the list.
Yeah, well, why would he?
And honestly, I was too big of a bitch to put Muhammad on. Didn't want that smoke.
I understand.
Versus the 16 seed.
We don't need it.
No, we don't. We don't need that kind of publicity.
There's other Muslims on here.
There's plenty of Muslims on here. We don't have to go at the Muslim. Versus the 16 seed, Jim Jones, obviously at the People's Temple. 909 people died at his paradise. Pretty sweet up until the mass suicide.
Yeah, but it included kids and everything. But obviously, I mean, what are we talking about?
You're just playing basketball. Yeah, it's a 1 versus 16.
Yeah.
We're not having a, Virginia losing in the first round.
There's no UMBC in this tournament that I'm aware of.
Hitler moves on, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we got Torquemada versus Tiberius in the 8-9 matchup. Torquemada was a Spanish Dominican friar and the first Grand Inquisitor of the Spanish Inquisition. He expelled 40,000 Jews from Spain, which for some of you at home might be a positive.
A lot of funny things were happening in 1492.
Was it a bunch of Jews that founded the Americas? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we did an episode. Columbus might have been a Jew.
He might have been a Jew. Also, I think those 40,000 Jews went to Greece for the most part, and then eventually a lot of them did come to the New World.
2,000 of them also met their end at the stake.
Yeah.
They're burned alive.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's Torquemada. Tiberius, near and dear to this show.
Yep.
I'll say flat out, I just didn't put Epstein on the list because
There's a Tiberius.
we have Tiberius.
Epstein could never. Epstein wishes he could do what Tiberius did.
For those unfamiliar,
Like,
Tiberius abandoned Rome for the island of Capri. And, he he had his own Epstein Island with what he called his little fishes.
Yeah.
He invented sexual tortures and engaged in acts of just sexual deviance with children all the time.
And no, we need to clarify.
Yeah. Babies.
Babies
And children.
and toddlers.
Yeah.
Like not. I'm not saying it's right. We had Pete Rose on the All Hell team last week for fucking a 14-year-old or whatever. But this is like literal diapers children.
Yeah.
It's not easy to talk about. He would bind the genitals of the kids to cause pain.
Oh.
Yeah.
He also would like pull babies off a mom who was breastfeeding and make them suck on his fucking dick.
Yeah.
So I don't care if
Yep.
Torquemada killed 500,000 people. I'm just sending Tiberius through.
Tiberius also forced executions of virgins after he deflowered them because ancient law forbade executing a virgin.
Oh man.
Numbers don't matter to me. So this is
I feel like this isn't talked about enough in history, but Tiberius, maybe all-time bad guy.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's moving on to my list. It's going to be a tough.
Oh yeah.
H-Man's got a tough second-round matchup.
Well, what's funny about this second round matchup? First up, Tiberius is tough. This is an instance if this was a real March Madness basketball game, right? Like obviously Torquemada has more talent on the roster, right? Better numbers, but Tiberius' style of play is just going to give him problems all day. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to.
It's that zone defense.
Yeah, yeah. And what is funny about him matching up with Hitler in the second round is that this might be the only person on the list of the whole thing
Gives Hitler problems.
who would give Hitler. I'm dead serious. I guarantee it. Hitler would be morally repulsed by Tiberius.
Yeah.
It's got to be the only person. It's a brutal second round matchup.
I know. I did it intentionally. It's like, where do we want to go with this?
Yeah. Dethrone the guy quick. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to knock Hitler out early.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to.
We'll see. When we get to it, we get to it.
I mean, no, but we'll get to it. Yeah.
So we're going Tiberius here?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'll write that down. I'm going to keep it on old school paper
brackets. I love it.
paper bracket just for continuity in my own mind. And so I know who actually makes it through because it would be a fucking headache trying to keep track of 68 people. Next up, we have the 5 seed, Oliver Cromwell. Your guy, Robert.
Look, the show's hosted by 2 Irishmen. There might be a 12-5 upset in this bracket, but I'm not giving it here.
We got versus the 12 seed Mad Caliph, Al Hakim, the 6th Fatimid Caliph. You're probably familiar with Cromwell, so we don't really have to go through him. But as far as this Caliph, besides the immense bloodshed he spilt, he forced Christians and Jews to wear distinctive clothing and banned them from using public baths. So only Muslims could bathe. He also banned specific foods, including grapes, shellfish, and artichokes, and ordered the massacre of all dogs in Cairo
What?
because they annoyed him.
Let's
Dog killer.
be fair here. Feral dogs, almost certainly for the most part. And in fact, I know for certain, based on GWAT veterans, I know that often, apparently, they were like vets in the Army, veterinarians. And sometimes they'd be like, disease is spreading among the like dog population of this area. And they would send American units out to go put down dogs.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
That's from the mouth of an Iraq veteran that I know.
I mean, I know like a lot of guys that I worked with or talked to when they're like going on target to raid a compound or something. If there's a dog, they just shoot it immediately before it starts barking. That's just normal. But we had dogs running around in Afghanistan that we like avoided, so we didn't have to like murder them.
But you would have had to if...
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
He forbade women from appearing in public, prohibited them from leaving their homes, and banned the manufacturing of shoes for women to enforce their confinement.
Don't hate that. That last part.
Limit movement of women.
As both an extremely based man and a foot guy, he's checking a lot of boxes for Scott Lopez.
Also, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, dirty feet. Quentin likes the feet dirty specifically.
And that Disney Channel guy that did all the weird things.
Wait,
with
Disney or
feet.
Nickelodeon?
Oh, is it Nickelodeon?
Dan Schneider.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan Schneider. Yep, that guy.
The logo's a foot.
Oh, dude, it is. Whoa. Okay. Yep.
He also oversaw the destruction of the Church of the Holy, and I always have a hard time saying this word, sepulcher.
Sepulcher. Yeah,
It doesn't flow right.
sepulcher.
Maybe there's a reason it should have been destroyed.
Maybe. Look, man, like Cromwell was like the first modern like European colonialist, I feel like, on a mass scale. Maybe not the first, but it doesn't matter. He fucked up the Irish as bad as any population has ever been fucked
Took
up.
away our potatoes.
So he wasn't responsible for the potato famine.
I'm sure there was like.
I'm sure there was
There's like 40 famines.
Yeah. He
There's like 40 potato
I meant
famines.
the one everyone. The one
I know, but
that's-
we've covered this. There's like a potato famine in Ireland every 4 years.
Yeah, it's not a great crop. Yeah, I'm voting Cromwell. I don't care what the Caliph did.
Yeah, I'm kind of going Cromwell.
Cromwell,
just 'cause
easy.
my Irish blood. Don't fuck with it. Next up, we got King Herod. Now, Herod's intense fear of losing power led to him executing his wife, her mother, his brother-in-law, and 3 of his own sons.
All right.
He was so paranoid that he ordered the death of prominent leaders immediately upon his own death to ensure the nation would mourn.
This is King Herod of Judea, right? From
Yes.
the Bible.
Well, yeah, the same guy that ordered the killing of all male children under 2 and in Bethlehem to eliminate a perceived rival, the king of the Jews. Obviously, Jesus.
Yeah. Also had the head of John the Baptist.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was him.
And then he's going up against the 13 seed, and our first woman in the bracket that wasn't in the playing game,
Yeah.
Catherine de Medici.
The Medicis were assholes, so I think we might have an
This is
upset
the de
opportunity.
Medici of France.
Oh, France. Okay.
I don't know if there's any relation. I didn't look into it.
I feel like I was thinking Italian for some reason.
Well, I would too. Medici.
Yeah.
I'm also maybe saying the name wrong.
No, Medici's right for sure.
She was the Serpent Queen, a power-hungry regent and advisor in France. She often played religious factions against each other, utilized a flying squadron of female spies, and political poisons to control the country. She authorized and was the architect of the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre in 1572, where thousands of French Huguenots were murdered at a royal wedding. The inspiration of the Red Wedding.
A Huguenot?
Huguenot.
Huguenot.
What's that?
Protestant.
Oh, okay.
She was a Catholic baddie.
Yeah, I'm a little, for as much as I hate Cromwell for what he did, I love her for doing the exact same thing. It's interesting.
Where does your allegiances lie?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really moral for me.
She gave us a sweet scene in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Martin just ripped that.
Yeah, he ripped everything, but I respect it for that. I don't know why he couldn't finish it. Would you run out of medieval history, you douchebag?
There's plenty out there. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm going King Herod
I'm going de Medici, actually.
for bigger piece of shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'd have to go with Herod. If he's in the Bible for being a bad guy, I've never read it, but that sounds important.
All right. You could say he was Jesus's first boss. If the Bible was a video game, he's the first boss.
Mike Tyson's punch out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like boss fight, not like his boss at work.
No, yeah, boss
He's
fight.
the lead carpenter. Yeah.
So Herod.
Herod
All right,
moves
I
on.
won't fight that. There's some of these if I disagree with you on, I'm going to fight pretty hard. But
Yeah. My vote should only cast as like a half anyways for a lot of these.
All right. The 6th seed, Butcher of Addis Ababa, the dictator in Ethiopia from 1977 to 1991. I don't really want to say his name because I'm going to get it wrong. I think it's just Mariam.
Yeah, it's fine.
Versus Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, the big hoose.
For those unfamiliar, Mariam led the Red Terror campaign, which resulted in the torture and killing of 500,000 people. He also caused a manufactured famine that relocated or killed hundreds of thousands or more. His government forced families of victims to reimburse the state for the cost of bullets used to execute their own relatives.
I mean,
What?
I'm familiar with Saddam Hussein's game, and it doesn't touch. Like an African dictator, I feel like is in that era is just like it's tough to beat. In fact, they're underseeded a lot of times. I feel like
They are in this bracket. There's plenty of them
Yeah,
throughout the tournament.
yeah,
We kind of sleep on Africa. Kind of like how we sleep on Chinese war numbers.
yeah. Africa puts up numbers you can't believe a lot of times.
He systematically targeted students, bureaucrats, and anyone suspected of opposing Marxism. So huge commie.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Done.
Yep.
Versus Saddam obviously authorized the 1988 campaign against the Kurds, killing up to 100,000 people. He also used chemical weapons, including nerve agents, against Iranian soldiers and his own citizens. His regime used torture, severe beatings, electric shocks, rape, and he also birthed two of the worst humans alive.
Yeah.
In Uday and Qusay. I think we should just kind of group the Hussein family together. Like, this isn't a vote for Saddam; it's a vote for the Husseins.
The Hussein, that immediate family. Yeah, that's fair. I still gotta go marry him. The numbers alone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Miriam.
All right. Damn, dude, Saddam just gets bounced right away.
Yeah,
Damn,
I think
tough-
I
tough
always think
draw.
I always think he's kind of overrated, like a little bit of American propaganda overrated. Not that he wasn't a monster, but like
Yeah.
you make him look worse because you got to fight him. Marry him just in the shadows of history, doing way worse shit.
See, that's why I actually left Gaddafi off here.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I think Gaddafi was totally manufactured.
He's not top. I mean, he was a piece of shit, but he ain't top 68.
Well, I didn't know that. It's also I voted him out of a little bit of like, all right, cool move, forcing their family members to reimburse the ammo you spent.
Yeah.
I didn't know you can do that.
Cold-blooded.
That's
I will say
insane.
that is a fiscally responsible communist.
That is wild.
Next up, the 3 seed, Attila the Hun. Versus 14 seed, and many would say maybe underranked, Henry Kissinger. Now, Attila killed his own brother to unite the Hun Empire and ruled alone. He earned a reputation for being extremely brutal, often killing priests, monks, nuns, and obliterating villages, farmlands, and cities. He's known for his infinite thirst of gold, forcing the Eastern Roman Empire to triple their annual tribute. He routinely negotiated treaties only to break them when it was advantageous to launch surprise attacks on Roman territory. He drove tribes out of their lands, causing mass chaos, displacing people all over Europe. And he's going against one of the best to ever do it,
A patriot?
Henry Kissinger.
A patriot.
Orchestrated a massive secret carpet bombing in Cambodia.
What?
During Nam.
Killed about 500,000 civilians.
Oh,
He also personally approved bombing raids in Laos.
Laos. Clearly, you don't watch King of the Hill.
I don't watch King of the Hill now.
Yeah, Laos. The Laotian people.
He actively supported efforts to overthrow the democratically elected Chilean president, who he then installed the brutal military dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet,
Yeah.
who is actually on this list as well.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. He and Nixon greenlit Pakistan's military to launch brutal crackdown in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, resulting in the deaths of approximately 1 to 3 million people.
Damn.
this one is.
He has numbers.
This is probably the toughest one for me.
And there's a bunch more associated with Kissinger. It kind of gets redundant.
Yeah.
Where are we going here?
I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know who. I've heard the name Kissinger. Didn't know anything about him. But carpet bombing 500,000 people is crazy.
I might have to go Kissinger here, to be honest. I mean, Attila was just doing ancient stuff.
Yeah, he was just being like a tribes leader, a chieftain.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Kissinger.
I think we have like our first big upset.
Yeah, I think Kissinger takes down Attila.
Even though, like you said, Patriot.
I mean, I thank you for doing it for me, but, I didn't ask for that.
That's so funny.
Next up in the 7-10 matchup, we have Hideki Tojo versus Queen Mary I, a.k.a. Bloody Mary.
Oh.
Propaganda.
Tojo directly authorized the attack of Pearl Harbor, got us into World War II. Under his leadership, the military committed massive war crimes and crimes against humanity, often referred to as the Asian Holocaust, where Queen Mary was the first woman to rule England in her own right, successfully taking the throne despite being illegitimate.
Wasn't she Catholic too?
Mm-hmm. She burned hundreds of Protestants. So numbers aren't really there for Queen Mary.
Tojo is, a lot of people say Tojo was the real power in Japan, not Hirohito, in terms of like...
Hirohito, a lot of people say he was just kind of like chilling.
Yeah.
He wasn't orchestrating all the stuff.
Yeah. Now maybe that was a bit of post-war propaganda to like feed the Americans to like...
Because we let him get off.
Yeah.
We're like, oh yeah, dude, you can rule until... I think he lived... Didn't Hirohito live till like the 80s?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane, honestly.
Yeah.
And honestly, most of the World War II villains outside of the H-Man, they kind of get away with it. And we'll get to it. Like, there's the doctors that moved to Brazil and Argentina, and they just live their life.
Yep.
Or the ones that get to run NASA.
That too.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, Tojo, underseeded. Tojo all day.
I'll go Tojo as well. I mean, Queen Mary, honestly, overrated as a 10 seed. She's there off reputation alone.
A lot of it was...
She's a brand, right?
Yeah, a lot of it
Bloody
was
Mary.
anti-Catholic propaganda against her, too. Not that she didn't do stuff, but, like, yeah. I mean, she didn't hold a candle to fucking Tojo.
So Tojo moves on. Final matchup in this part of the bracket, the 2 seed, Alexander the Great versus the 15, Delphine Lalaurie.
Oh.
You know Lalaurie?
Is she the New Orleans?
She is.
Yeah. Is that the Nicolas Cage house?
Yep.
He bought that.
Bought her
He
house.
did buy that house for a little while. He doesn't currently own it. Under no circumstances am I voting against Madame Lalaurie. Because I'm letting Alexander off for the same reasons I'm letting Attila off the hook. Because Attila probably did cause more death and destruction than Henry Kissinger, to be quite honest. But
I didn't know Alexander the Great had bad press.
No, I mean, he was dope because he conquered so much.
Yeah, but I mean, with conquering comes
But
killing
that comes
people and murdering
a
and
ton of
ending bloodlines and that whole
pillaging,
thing.
and
here's the thing. I haven't
Yeah.
read this whole thing yet, but is Julius Caesar on the list?
he's not.
Because Julius Caesar was responsible for the deaths of like 1 million Gauls.
Yeah, good point.
So I'm taking Lalaurie over Alexander the Great.
All right, we'll go Lalaurie then.
Yeah.
Lalaurie, the 15 knocks off the 2.
Whew.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Let's get to the next part of the bracket. We got Genghis versus Ilsa Koch, the play-in, obviously. The bitch of Butch and Wald.
Oh yeah,
Skin
yeah.
lady.
Yep.
As Rob pours a drink. Oh, we're getting deep into this. Where are we going with Genghis versus Ilsa? What are you thinking, Scott?
I'd have to go with Genghis
I mean,
on
it's-
this
I
one.
think I'm
You
going-
know, a controversial opinion there.
All right, so what we said about Alexander the Great. Khan, yes, he killed all these people, but didn't want to build. Just moved on.
Right.
Just left a path of destruction.
Right. Now they did have
Lowered
some
the Earth's temperature.
carbon footprint. Yeah.
So some could argue one of the greenest people to ever live.
Easily.
He was like big on rape though, right? That was him, big rape guy.
Most people were.
Yeah.
He's just allowing his soldiers to enjoy the spoils of
I'm
war.
not letting Genghis off the hook the way I am Alexander and Attila.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, same.
He moves on. Then we got the 8-9 matchup. Bin Laden versus Reinhard Heydrich. Heydrich was the principal architect of the Holocaust, described by Hitler as the man with the iron heart.
All right.
Where are we going here?
I think Bin Laden's overrated, personally. Like, if Bin Laden had founded ISIS or something, I don't know. It's not that he's not burning in hell and a horrible person.
No, he's
but
just a part of the Wahhabism cult.
I'm taking the guy who, they're taking Hitler's offensive coordinator on the Holocaust, essentially.
I feel bad having to knock off Bin Laden this early.
Same with Hussein, man.
Yeah, true.
The Middle East is getting no respect from us.
I have a little bit more like personal connection with Bin Laden. I was never in Iraq. So I'm like, this one hurts a little bit more, but yeah, I gotta go with Heydrich? Is that his name?
Reinhard, yeah. Heydrich.
Reinhard.
Then we got Hirohito, who we previously mentioned, versus King John.
I thought this one was interesting on the list. He obviously being the one forced to sign the Magna Carta. Although I feel bad for him because he had to rule while his asshole brother was just like, I'm gonna go do war. Hooray! That's all I care about. Richard the Lionheart.
He is believed to have murdered his own nephew to secure the throne and often starved opponents, including women and children, to death. He is known as Lackland. He lost Normandy and nearly all other French territories to King Philip II. He used fines, taxes, and abused the wives and daughters of his nobles to keep them in check. Following his failures, his barons rebelled and forced him to sign the Magna Carta in 1215, which he immediately tried to renounce and promote a civil war.
Of course.
Keyword tried.
No, he did. He caused a civil war.
Oh, he did cause the war? Okay. Don't care. Japanese, World War II.
Hirohito?
Moving on.
Okay.
Because we never... It's criminal that... What was Tojo? A 7? And Hirohito's a 5? Underseeded. Hirohito all day.
Listen, they're just well represented. We also have another, Japanese scientist later.
Oh.
Scientist.
Real quick, before we keep going, we do have some ads. First up is Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code SOFTCORE to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code SOFTCORE to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. What is Prize Picks? It is the best daily fantasy app out there. I have been going bananas on it in March Madness, taking the more or less option for players on points, on rebounds, on assists, on all three of them combined. It doesn't matter. I have been locked into the tournament, and the more I watch it, the more I feel like I have a better handle on how dudes are going to do, and especially against the teams they're coming up playing against. Like, I don't know if this guy's going to get that many boards against against Houston or whatever. It doesn't matter. Prize Picks, by the way, is available here in Texas. It's available everywhere that you can download the app. Prize Picks Daily Fantasy is so much fun, whether you're playing college basketball, if you're into the NBA or the NHL. And coming up this week, the best thing that I am at in Daily Fantasy, baseball is starting March 26th. Prize Picks is the best place to do daily fantasy for baseball. I'm going to be all over that. I will drop my lineups on my Instagram stories for opening day, taking more or less on, hits, strikeouts, whatever. I mean, you got like Skeens going opening day. You got to take the higher number on strikeouts there, right? That's how I feel about it. As far as Skeens goes, new feature alert with Prize Picks, by the way. They have early payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Get in on the actions. Prize Picks is now available in all 50 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and secure. Prize Picks accepts most major payment methods, making deposits into your account quick and easy for every sports season. And I'm telling you, baseball for me is, because I'm a big fantasy baseball player, so daily fantasy, love, 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 love. And on Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. And you can like 11, 12x what you put on your daily fantasy lineup. I had one that didn't hit today, unfortunately, but it was like a 4-player lineup in college basketball, and I think it would have been like 11x if they had all done what they were supposed to do. No matter how you play, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes on sports to the test. Download the Prize Picks apps today and use the code SOFTCORE to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code SOFTCORE to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Next up, we have Nero, your boy, Ralph's favorite.
Mine?
Yeah.
I mean, the ultimate Christian persecutor. And then obviously kicked his pregnant wife to death because she yelled at him in the stomach, by the way, Scott.
What?
Yeah, that's how he kicked her to death. He kicked her in the stomach till she miscarried.
And then he was sad and caused his eunuch boy to dress up like his ex-wife that he killed.
No, well, close.
What?
Close. He was sad that he killed his ex-wife and missed her. Then he saw some boy who looked like her on the street
Oh, and turned him into
into a eunuch.
Oh, no.
And then BF'd him for the rest of his life.
Okay.
And then he also met a pretty gruesome ending, right?
Nero?
No, his boy lover.
So his boy lover, I mean, I think he wasn't like super young. I think he was like 17, 18, 19, but just fair. You know what I mean? I think he killed himself, but what they were going to do was have him be like raped to death by giraffes.
In the
Oh no, by
Colosseum.
gladiators. By
Yeah.
gladiators in the
Oh, my
Colosseum.
God.
They're going to put him out there and just have gladiator after gladiator tear him up until he died.
Versus another African warlord, Jean Bedel Bokassa. He seized power in Central Africa's Republic on New Year's Eve in 1965, overthrowing his cousin, and became president on January 1st, 1966. He renamed the country to the Central African Empire, crowned himself Emperor Bokassa I in 1977. He threw a lavish Napoleonic-style coronation, which cost the country roughly $30 million, destroying the nation's economy.
Sweet.
Ordered the murder of around 100 students in April 1979 because they refused to wear expensive uniforms made by one of his wives.
Like one of.
And, he would routinely have people killed and have his chef prepare their bodies so he could consume their flesh.
Oh, he's a cannibal.
It's cannibal.
Look, I respect Bokassa's program, but Nero's a blue blood.
Yeah, I like what Bokassa's building, but like we'll see you again next year.
Yeah.
You're just not going to knock off Nero. That
No.
easy.
That's
No.
an insane thing.
Nero's type of program, like, look, is he going to get to the Elite Eight? Who knows? But, like, he just doesn't lose first-round games. You know what I mean? Like, he's a perpetual second weekend type of guy.
Next up, the 6-11 matchup. Vlad the Impaler, my guy, versus my gal, Empress Wu. For those unfamiliar, originally a concubine to the emperor, Wu became the empress of his son, eventually manipulating the court and deposing her own sons and infant daughter to become the only woman in Chinese history to rule in her own right.
Now, having
Killed so many family members, killed
Yeah.
so many people around her. But, she had to rule with an iron fist.
one imagines, I mean, I feel like every ruler of China just out of habit kills 3 million people that you don't know about. So her numbers have got to be great.
They got to be good.
Yeah.
As soon as you get into power, they're like, all right, who are we killing first? Where are we sending the troops? Because we got to kill millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vlad, kind of an ungrateful piece of shit. Yeah, technically he was a slave, right, to the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
But they treated him pretty well.
Well, he was a hostage.
He was a hostage.
Yeah.
turned against his boy Mehmed.
Also, piece of shit.
Also, you know, he took down Constantinople.
Oh, what a dick.
I know, but Mehmed's kind of dope. And I'm really saying this from a place of only watching the Netflix documentary.
It's fair.
So it was I'm pretty sure made by Turkish media. So it definitely had a slant. But it made me feel like, oh, dude, Vlad kind of had it all, and he turned his back on his boy, and I think that's his biggest sin. Turning your back on your boy.
I don't know if it's his biggest sin.
Besides impaling, you know, most of the country.
Including his own people to send a message or something like that.
He did kind of like a burn it all down type situation.
Yeah.
Oh, was he impaling like civilians too?
Women, children.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's Vlad.
yeah.
Vlad all day.
For that, I gotta go.
He did
Vlad.
it to the point where it like literally shook the Sultan, Mehmed. Like he was walking through a field of just, I think, thousands of people being impaled.
What? That takes so much time. I'd be exhausted.
I mean, there's plenty of stakes. There's plenty of hands.
He didn't do it by himself.
Well, yeah, working for the guy, but God,
Yeah.
again, dude, this whole town.
You're like, oh, god damn it, dude, I
Fuck.
hate this job.
Wu's kind of a baddie. She's a symbol of feminism. From whore to empress.
Yeah.
I got Vlad.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I agree.
Vlad. Yeah, Vlad.
Alrighty. And then in the 3-14 matchup, I think this is my favorite to win the tournament in the 3.
Okay.
Underseeded. I've actually done an episode on this man, believing he is the worst man to ever live. Hong Ji-kwan, the man that started the Taiping Rebellion,
Okay.
versus Pinochet in Chile. Hong led the Taiping Rebellion, initially claiming to be Jesus' brother. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But people didn't follow him for that. They thought he was weird.
Mhm.
So he leaned into Marxism. He leaned into communism.
Well, you know, if one religion doesn't work, go to another.
And like you said, in China, something happens. You blink, and how many people died? How many people died in the Taiping Rebellion, if you had to guess?
22 million.
I was gonna say 5 million.
30 million people.
God damn.
Whoa.
This man is responsible for the death of 30 million Chinese.
I didn't know they had that many.
Dude,
They got bodies.
Damn.
Pinochet is soft. Pinochet, in comparison, is like a mid-major that was like the 8th best team in their league and just went on a run in their conference tournament. You know what I mean? Like Pinochet is just not up to snuff.
Right. He got the auto bid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to hear Pinochet's kind of record,
Yeah, let's hear the 30 million people he killed.
not even close. He's responsible for about 3,100 deaths.
A rookie.
So what Ji-Kwan did in an afternoon?
Tens of thousands of people were tortured, and over 1,000 are still missing. Pinochet shut down Congress, banned political parties, and created secret police to eliminate opposition. Roughly 200,000 people were forced into exile. But yeah, I don't think it's close.
Yeah, great. You had a nice season, Pinochet. Get out of the way.
And we got the 7-10 matchup of Kim Il-sung,
The original.
the OG,
Yeah.
versus Jean Kambanda. That name sound familiar?
Not off the top of my head.
Nope.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but
Either way.
he was the prime minister of Rwanda.
Well, that's all I need to hear.
And I believe he is the only person that's ever like pleaded guilty to a genocide.
Oh, good for him.
So
He owned up to it.
Jean Kambanda versus Kim Il-sung. Song was installed by the Soviet Union as the leader of North Korea, becoming the premier in 1948 and initiated the Korean War.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So people forget about the Korean War. Like, I feel like, the Korean War actually doesn't get a bad rap because, like, what do you want to say? Like, they invaded South Korea. Like, it was an actual, like, same with Desert Storm, right? Like, that country we fought, like, invaded another country and we went and did something about it. Fuck Kim Il-sung. I mean, the Rwanda guy all day. Rwanda. I mean, I grew up with it, so maybe that's why. But like,
It's got a special place in your heart.
yeah, I mean, just all the.
I grew up a big Rwanda fan.
Yeah, it's just.
And
And
they're like Villanova for me. you
yeah.
know?
Early
I mean,
on.
and they did everything with machetes. I feel like it was just they were hacking off hands left and right. Like, yeah, going Rwanda.
Also, like underreported, the amount of rape that happened.
oh
It wasn't just dudes getting executed. It was
Yeah.
their wives also got raped. Then we got the 2-15 matchup. We got a man that I feel like is kind of disrespected.
okay,
We got Tamerlane.
Tamerlane.
Yeah. Versus Godfrey of Bouillon. Tamerlane was a 14th century Turco-Mongol conqueror who created a vast empire in Central Asia, but is widely considered one of history's most brutal leaders. His military campaigns caused an estimated 17 million deaths, approximately
All right.
5% of the world's population at the time, through massacres, destructions of cities, and building very special monuments. In 1401, he had 90,000 inhabitants of Baghdad beheaded to construct a tower made of skulls.
Whoa.
He had 90,000 people killed to create a skull tower.
Yeah, I mean, what does he think he is? Qatar hosting a World Cup?
He never lost a major battle in his 44-year career. He established the Timurid Empire, expanding from modern-day Turkey to India, and claiming to be the Sword of Islam, targeted bad Muslims or non-Muslims. His campaigns devastated so many Muslim cities that, it kind of went against everything he stood for.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, Tamerlane all day.
Dude,
Tell me about
sounds
God.
like a baller. Yeah.
Godfrey is associated with the indiscriminate killing of Muslim and Jewish inhabitants during the 1099 siege and capture of Jerusalem. He is implicated in the violent looting and massacre of Jewish populations in the Rhineland while marching to the Holy Land to finance his crusade.
Boy, double anti-Semitic there. Killing Jews because he wanted their mony.
Who we going with? I think Tamerlane.
Tamerlane. The numbers alone.
That'll wrap up that part of the bracket. Move on to Stalin. We got Joey Stalin versus another one of your guys, Rob.
Okay. Thomas
Thistlewood. Now, for the people at home, tell us who Thomas Thistlewood was.
I don't remember.
You did an episode on him like a month ago.
I don't remember.
The slave boat guy.
Oh, yeah. A lot of times I just remember the thing, not that. Yeah, he was a Jamaican slave plantation owner who kept like very detailed diaries. It's one of the reasons we know so much about how bad Caribbean slavery was. He's in Jamaica, and boy, he could not stop raping. I mean, he sexually assaulted like every slave on his property, tortured the shit out of slaves. He would have them like whipped, and then pour like whipped to fuck, and then pour like lime juice and chili, and like peppers into their wounds, and then leave them out all night so like the flies and mosquitoes could feast on them.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, and he made slaves shit in other slaves' mouths as a punishment.
Some might like that.
They didn't. None of them checked that box, unfortunately.
All right.
I think he punches up above his weight, but obviously Stalin's moving on.
I think this feels like a Sienna Duke matchup.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scares him in the first half.
Yeah.
Stalin wakes up.
Yep. Yeah. Again, though, funny because probably a person who would personally morally repulse Stalin.
As soon as you start seeing the shitting in mouths.
Yeah.
Then in the 8-9 matchup, we got Joey Mengele. I think that's how you say his name, right?
I don't know.
The Angel of Death was a SS physician at the Auschwitz concentration camp. Conducted sadistic, lethal experiments on prisoners, primarily twins and children, and directed the selection process that sent hundreds of thousands to gas chambers. He injected chemicals in the eyes, force-fed poisons, and deliberately infected them with diseases like tuberculosis and typhus. He performed surgeries without anesthesia, amputated limbs, removed organs to study limits of human endurance. He tried to create artificial conjoined twins by stitching together multiple kids.
All right, well, I guess make a case for this other guy because
Yeah, I think this is maybe the worst Nazi.
on a like personal level, yeah, like this is like Delphi. This is the reason Lalaurie got the dub over Alexander the Great type of shit. Like it's just, yeah, fuck this guy. Let's hear the other one.
Next up, we have Ashurbanipal, considered one of the most brutal Neo-Assyrian kings. He was known for extreme cruelty in warfare, including flaying, impaling, and dismembering enemies. He used intense violence to handle revolts. He also notably engaged in bloody, destructive civil war against his brother, leading to the sacking of Babylon. He had captives' tongues cut out, skinned leaders alive, and forced kings to live in kennels with dogs.
I mean, that last one doesn't sound that bad compared to everything else.
Right.
You get to be in a dog pack or you get skinned alive.
All of that's really bad for Ashurbanipal, but Mangel just did it as like a scientist doctor.
He did it. Yeah,
Like he wasn't conquering things. He was just, you know what sounds cool?
He was trying things out.
Yeah, I also
That's-
and he did it on kids.
That's more
on
fucked
kids.
up.
I mean, I'm sure Ashurbanipal had quite a few kids killed, but at the end of the day, if I got to choose between some dude who's alive in 700 BC or some guy who's alive within living memory, I'm gonna take the Nazi doctor.
Yeah. Who, I believe, just died normally of like natural causes.
What year?
In Argentina? or-
1993?
I think he died in Argentina in like the 70s.
Oh, fuck. He got away.
You have to like watch Germany win a World Cup.
Let me see. When did he die? He died in 1979
Oh, man.
in Brazil at the age of 67.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
You know, the worst people do live the longest. The 5-12 matchup. We got Tali Pasha versus Ranavalana the First.
I don't know either of these people.
Okay. As leader of the Committee of the Union and Progress, Pasha implemented a policy of Turkification, targeting Armenians, Greeks, and Assyrians for elimination.
Well, I don't believe that this happened. So,
That's the official word of the Turkish government.
yeah,
yes.
so this is a tough, big mountain to climb here for me.
He sent encrypted telegrams ordering the deportation and destruction of the Armenian population.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He micromanaged the process, tracking population figures in his notebook to ensure systematic eradication. Pasha deemed the survival of Armenian children detrimental to the country of Turkey, commanding they not be protected and dismissed.
Yeah, he did the hard quote Armenian genocide. You know,
Why are you riding for Turkey here? Or the Ottoman Empire?
it's just
I'm
funny
the
to
one
me.
with Turkish blood.
It's just funny to me that they like get off the hook for it's just like, boy, to be a country no one cares about. Because you could just be like, yeah, we didn't do that. And then everyone's like,
That was the old us. That was the
yeah,
Ottomans.
no, they just say it never happened though. And
I know.
everyone's just like, if you were a real country, we'd hold you to. It's like a dude like on the fringe of your friend group who's like saying they did something sweet and you know it didn't happen.
They're trying to chirp us a couple months back because their special forces won the special forces competition.
Oh,
Where
I
they
don't. I
play.
don't think that means anything.
Yeah, no, where they like pretend.
Did they
Yeah.
send our best guy? Like, sorry, we were working.
No, they never do. They never send your like best guys. They send whatever your like B team is. That's like off of rotation. Or maybe they got in trouble for fucking off. They're like, hey, you guys have to go do this bullshit competition that you don't want to do.
Yeah, you actually know you're a shitty Navy SEAL if you have to go to that competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you don't want to go do that. Oh, I got to go fly here and like train,
Yeah.
kind of, for a thing that doesn't matter. And it's usually the team that's punished has to go do something like
It's
that.
like being in a long drive competition when the Masters are going on. Like, it's just, you're not a real golfer.
Yeah.
Bryson will try to do both. Now, Queen Ranavalana, I had no idea if I'm saying that right, probably not. She enforced a severe system of forced labor for public works and agriculture in Madagascar. The infamous 1845 buffalo hunt forced over 50,000 people on a 16-week expedition, resulting in an estimated 10,000 deaths from hunger and malaria. In 1835, she officially forbade the practice of Christianity. Converts were subjected to severe punishment, being dangled over cliffs, burned, or poisoned. She ordered the execution of her rivals, captured French soldiers whose heads were impaled on spears, and anyone suspected of disloyalty, earning her the nickname the Female Caligula.
It's a good nickname, kind of.
But also, when you have somebody else who's in this bracket's name as your nickname, kind of lose some steam.
Madagascar low-key doesn't get enough, like, I said this on a very recent show, actually. Like, it's kind of a fucked up place that you just never hear about.
She stopped all foreign trade and attempted complete isolation.
That always works. Smart. Especially since, like, their whole thing is they're like one of the only places in the world with vanilla or something like that. Like, a lot of vanilla comes from
That sounds right.
Madagascar. So your vanilla is not ethically sourced, just so you know. Every vanilla ice cream cone you have,
Blood was spilled.
blood. Yeah, it's blood vanilla. There's only blood vanilla, in fact. Yeah, I'll go with the Armenian genocide, especially because he was real in the weeds with it.
Oh, yeah. He was like writing it down in his notebooks,
Yeah,
kind of being a little too hands-on.
he was kind of like
Yeah, just to make sure that they were more efficient and got everyone they were supposed to.
very Nazi-esque. Yeah, real sabermetrics genocide guy.
The 4-13 matchup, we have Ivan the Terrible. Ivan accused an entire city of treason, resulting in the slaughter of the 30,000 citizens. In a violent outburst, he killed his son and heir with a staff, which he crippled the succession and contributed to the Russia's time of troubles.
There's a very funny painting of that. And he looks like a hobo. And he's like gripping his like dead son. And he's like, no! But he looks crazy. He looks
I've
like
actually seen that.
yeah, he looks like a crazy old wizard.
He's going against Yahya Khan, the 13 seed. Yahya Khan ordered a brutal crackdown, leading to massive civilian casualties and the 1971 Bangladesh genocide, where millions of people died.
Gotta say. And when you're in that part of the world, too, you're just
The numbers, I guess, are just easier in China and India,
Yeah.
and Bangladesh, and
any
Pakistan.
Indonesia, any type of country like that. You're just gonna rack up stats.
Yeah, it's putting up numbers on a bad team.
Yes, yeah. If you're an NBA player getting like 30 a night on the Wizards, like it's not a real 30, but
I mean, someone's got to do it.
it looks good on paper. Yeah.
He failed to hand over power in the 1970 election, which led to a civil war. His poor decision-making led to the surrender of Pakistani forces to India in December of 1971, causing the country to be split. And yeah, a lot of people just say he was kind of a coward. And a lot of these decisions he made were out of just fear.
You know,
Gross.
Ivan the Terrible, that's a hard name, but I got to go with Yaya's numbers here.
Numbers, and also he's doing this not from like a place of, I don't know, enthusiasm.
What do you mean?
Accidentally caused millions of people to die.
Well, if he's
Not
incompetent,
accidentally, but he's just incompetent, which
Yeah,
I think is
but-
worse.
I don't. I actually think that saves him to some extent.
We're going Yaya. We're going Ivan.
I'm still going Yaya, but like incompetence isn't the same. That doesn't make you evil if you're stupid.
Well, it's not evil. It's who's the biggest piece of shit.
All right, fair enough. I'll go Yaya though. The numbers are,
In the 6-11 matchup, winner of the playing game, Andrew Jackson, going against Qin Shi Huang. Qin Shi had massive infrastructure projects, including early versions of the Great Wall, his massive tomb, and the Yipang Palace, caused thousands of deaths due to his, building projects.
Vanity.
His vanity. He ordered the destruction of historical text and classic literature, famously burying scholars alive.
Wow.
He didn't like books. Later in his life, he became paranoid, searching for elixirs of life, which included drinking poisonous mercury.
Yeah, if you got to make yourself immune to death by almost dying every day 100 times.
So, yeah, he's early China. Maybe don't kill the scholars, come up with your elixir of life.
Yeah, it's not a great plan. I'm not. He beats Andrew Jackson. I don't think Andrew Jackson did like good things too. He was the first person that had any like wide suffrage. Like the reason that it stopped being landowning white men who could vote, and it was all white men, which was the first step of suffrage. Then after the Civil War, it was all men, and then it was basically all adults after the women got the right to vote. But Andrew Jackson was the first one. He was the first major suffrage movement. There's other things. He held the Union together. Knew John Calhoun was a big piece of shit, even though Jackson owned slaves too. I'm just not putting Andrew Jackson over anyone else other than J. Edgar Hoover, I guess.
All right. Next up, we have the 3-14 matchup. Idi Amin, the butcher of Uganda, massacred up to 500,000 people. Like you said, African warlords just kind of...
Their numbers are underrated. Like, it's fucked. I mean, like, even, like, if you go back to, go watch Black Hawk Down, and they talk about how, like 1 million people die in that famine. That was, like, I mean, just, like, when shit happens in Africa or China, the numbers are bananas. It's fucked. It's fucked.
In 1972, he ordered the expulsion of approximately 60,000 Asians, mostly of Indian descent, who ran the country's economy, leading to economic ruin and poverty.
Nice.
Not the way to go.
It's like, we did it. We got rid of the bureaucrats and the economy. It's like, you got rid of the driver. You got rid of the guy the pilot flying this plane, you asshole. And that's what a pilot is on a plane.
He was known for keeping the severed heads of his opponents in his freezer. It's just a lot of space.
Kept him I mean, he can afford a lot of freezers, though. There's just like 20.
You think it's a garage freezer?
Yeah, it's one of the, what are those called? The chest freezers?
You have that.
Yeah.
Nothing runs better than like a garage fridge.
You open up the wrong fridge thinking you're grabbing beer. It's like, oh, fuck the head fridge.
God damn it. I got the head
I don't want to see that again.
Your dad's had a fridge in the garage or, the shed that's been running for 40 years.
Yeah.
Yep. It's usually the old kitchen fridge. You get a new fridge, that one goes in the garage.
My mom was trying to say the other day, because we have like an ancient basement fridge instead of a garage fridge. And she's like, oh, it's probably so bad for the environment. And I was like, no, it's great for the environment because that fridge still exists. They didn't have to make a new fridge. That's better. It's not. I was like, what do you think? It's not. What do you think it's doing to the atmosphere? That a factory that would have to make you a new fridge isn't doing worse. Like you're very green by keeping a fridge around for 40 years.
Yeah, I agree.
He's going up against Enver Hoxha. I think I'm saying that right. The Stalinist dictator of Albania for 40 years, ruling with an extremely brutal and paranoid regime that resulted in severe poverty, total isolation, and thousands of political executions. He transformed Albania into North Korea of Europe, characterized by massive surveillance and strict ban of all religious practices and private car ownership.
That's an interesting one.
So you just walk out and there's keys in any car and you're like, yup, it's mine now.
No, you couldn't drive.
Oh, you just couldn't drive. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be funnier if it was just like there were a bunch of cars, you don't own any of them. You just get lucky one day, there's like a Porsche, but you have to like squirrel it away.
Yeah.
In like a parking spot
Community
no one knows
cars
about.
would be interesting. Wouldn't be good, but it would be provocative.
Yeah, there'd be like a gang of dudes like protecting like the cool car they got for like a week.
Yeah, essentially what would happen is it would be like what happened to me like my very first day as a pledge, which is it was car adjacent, which was very hard to find parking spots in Greektown. at University of Missouri. So like, I was like literally going my first day in the house. Some guy who I don't know walks in and goes, "Hey, there's a parking spot open right next to the house. Go stand there till I get my car."
Yeah.
So I said to stand there and wait. So that's what would happen. Guys would just stand there next to sweet cars, and you would, your guy who was in charge of you would come get it and drive it around.
I think it's pretty easy. I'm going
Idi Amin is
Edie, yep.
underrated monster. Although properly seated, I think a 3 is good for him.
Three's perfect for him. Kind of like an Iowa State situation.
Yes.
Yeah. Next up, going back to Africa. He was the first president of Equatorial Guinea. He eliminated all political opposition, intellectual and skilled professions, leading to the collapse of infrastructure and the economy. He banned Western medicine, education, and the word intellectual. He ordered the death of anyone who wore glasses.
Oh, this was Jake's episode.
Jake did this episode a couple years back.
Yeah.
You'll remember had a pretty sweet execution at a stadium, Christmas Eve, 1969. He had 150 political prisoners executed while those were the days played in the background over loudspeakers and guards were dressed like Santa Claus.
What?
It sounds like an execution you would accidentally find yourself at. Working, by the way, I mean. Like you're just putting on a Santa Claus costume and you're like, oh, sweet, man. This would be a fun Christmas party. And then you get handed a loaded AK and you're like, oh, what?
Nagima, again, I have no idea, expressed admiration for Hitler, calling him the savior of Africa.
All right.
Not much of a reader, that guy. But obviously, since he banned
obviously.
intellectuals, yeah.
He can't be a nerd. He'd kill you.
No. Wasn't it? Didn't we call that like Nerd Holocaust or something?
Yeah, it was nerd Holocaust.
Yeah.
Wait, so he killed people who wore glasses? Or
If
he
you
like-
wore glasses, it was on site.
Yeah. Essentially, he was walking around like the big butch guy, the big football player from Revenge of the Nerds. He was just like, nerd! Ogre? I think his name is Ogre.
Pretty good matchup here, though. Catches a tough draw. Gilly de Rais,
Not familiar with their game.
French nobleman and military leader alongside Joan of Arc. After retiring from battle, he engaged in a reign of terror, which lasted approximately 8 years, where he tortured, raped, and murdered hundreds of children, mostly boys between the ages of 7 and 15.
Yeah, get the nerd guy out of here. You can
That's
stop.
bad.
Joan of Arc just associated herself with this guy. Not great.
Well, he did the stuff later, right?
I don't think
She
it
was
just
already
popped up.
dead, I guess.
Yeah. Nerd guy's gone.
So Gilly,
Yeah. We could stop there.
in the final matchup of the bracket, Pol Pot, very deserving 2 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Pol Pot's a really bad guy. He doesn't get enough hate.
He doesn't because he's like a C-tier communist leader. And again,
He's like the perfect example, though, to show anyone that tries to like prop up communism, just like Pol Pot.
like look at their
Pol Pot.
C and D tier pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Monsters. By the way, this is the guy Kissinger was bombing.
It was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a patriot. Dude, imagine that matchup. They could face each other in a championship. Pol Pot versus Kissinger.
What seed was Kissinger? He was a 14. He ain't making it that far. But yeah. He's in Hitler's bracket. Come on now.
Going up against Elizabeth Bathory. Now, Countess Elizabeth Bathory is famously considered one of history's most prolific female serial killers, often nicknamed the Blood Countess for allegedly acts of torture and murder of young women, occasionally rumored to have bathed in their blood to retain youth.
Was this a Jake episode too? We did this.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was Jake.
She bathed in the blood of over 650 victims,
damn.
although she never stood trial and instead was confined to her castle.
I got to say, not probably the first thing that should come to my head, but that UTI situation had to be a nightmare.
Not great, yeah.
Bathing in blood.
But let's remind you, Pol Pot responsible for about 2 million deaths.
Yeah. In a not that big country either. It's Pol Pot all day.
Pol Pot moves on. Then last, I mean, we're trudging through this right now, guys.
I mean, it'll get quicker because we don't need the history.
we don't need the
again.
backstory, everybody. Once we get past this, we
right.
got one more bracket, and then the matchups will go a little quicker.
Yeah.
We got Mao, of course, your 1 seed, going against the first Grand Wizard of the KKK.
I mean, Nathan Bedford Forrest wishes, and I mean that sincerely, actually. I think he wishes he could have killed on the scale of Mao, but he didn't.
But he didn't. Dude, there's kind of been some people that are trying to, like, say Mao didn't actually intend to kill that many people.
We have a that's one of the upcoming history bookstore sketches, actually.
He didn't mean to kill those sparrows.
Not really like that, but it's like Mao gets a mention, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, anyone that's kind of like propping up that side of the aisle, they're always just like, yeah, Mao, he gets kind of painted with an unfair brush. And I think he gets painted with a perfectly fine brush.
Yeah, there's not a lot of misunderstood people responsible for 50 million deaths.
No.
And at that point, you don't need to understand them that hard. Like, what's the best case scenario? 50 million people died because he was stupid?
That's still bad.
Right.
Still awful.
Right. Like,
this is like your hero, your communist hero.
At some point, if you've killed 1 million people and you're like, no, I still deserve to be in power, at that point you are evil for your own narcissism, even if the people are dying because of your incompetence, not because of malice. If you demand to keep the throne, knowing that your incompetence is going to keep killing people, yeah, get the fuck out of there.
Goodbye, KKK.
Yeah, sorry.
Mao moves on. 8-9 matchup. We got Shiro Ishii versus Christopher Columbus. Potentially Jewish.
Yep. I don't know who Shiro Ishii is, but it's just funny.
I have a guess.
Seeing Columbus even on here.
Shiro
It's
Ishii was a
hilarious.
Japanese army surgean.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
That was my guess.
the unit, whatever.
He was the one who directed Unit 731,
Yeah, okay, this guy
a
sucks.
covert biological warfare unit during the Second Sino-Japanese War and World War II.
Yeah,
He
I think
oversaw brutal experiments and biological weapon development, resulting in over 10,000 deaths from just that. He and his team never stood trial for their war crimes and actually received immunity from the U.S. in exchange for the research data. Why are you crawling to the fridge? You better close the door, too, this time.
That
All
that
right.
was so funny.
He just army crawled like on the floor.
A toddler crawl.
That was SEAL Team 6 level crawls, dude.
It's fine. You can walk across. Just make sure that freezer's been having problems closing. Make sure the freezer's closed. You got to kick it. There you go. All right. Perfect. So, yeah, Unit 731 never brought to justice. Actually gave us a bunch of research data for the U.S. Unit 731 also produced bombs filled with the plague, anthrax,
Oh my god.
cholera, a bunch of different stuff. And I think he's personally kind of or indirectly responsible for the deaths of over 300,000 people.
That's a lot.
Yeah, no, Unit 731 monsters. I think Unit 731 did stuff on American POWs, too.
That's what I was gonna ask. He got a pass for that? That's insane.
We kind of just let the Japanese off.
Like, yeah, take his stuff for research and then kill the guy or put him in prison.
Like Hirohito, like we said, he lives forever. All of them. They're just scot-free.
No, the most fucked up part is they were like, yeah, we exchange it for the data. What data? They're like, hey, did you know that if you take both lungs out of a human that you didn't anesthetize, that they just die? Yeah, I figured. I've never done the experiment, but I figure if you remove both lungs from a Chinese farmer and then just let him lay there on a OR table, he won't live.
Yeah.
That's the data we traded for.
There's old Christopher Columbus.
No.
He's a hero in this house. How dare you? We always joke. Columbus is actually the original, like,
Woke holiday. No, it is the original woke holiday. It was to get Americans to accept Italian immigrants in the early 1900s, I believe. after the biggest lynching in U.S. history, which was of Italians.
In New Orleans, right?
Yeah, New Orleans of all places. They just didn't like anyone down there, I guess. Yeah, I don't care. There's no. And Columbus, by the way, so cruel to the natives, I believe, that he was put in jail by the Spanish. Like the Spanish, and this was during the Inquisition. We're like, calm down.
I'm going Shiro.
Yeah,
Yep.
all day.
Brings up an interesting matchup next with Shiro and Mao.
Yeah.
It's a tough 1/8's, not the easiest matchups. Then we got Mussolini as a 5. I just didn't really know where to put him. I thought 5 was enough.
I think 5's actually appropriate.
Versus Yakubu Gowon, maybe. He was the Nigerian head of state from 1966 to 1975. He's accused of the genocide of nearly 3 million people.
Oh.
Big numbers again.
Accused, though? Are we going allegedly here?
No, I think he is responsible
Okay.
for 3 million deaths. So Mussolini or the guy that killed 3 million people in Nigeria.
I actually think that this is my 12-5. I think Mussolini, obviously piece of shit, but just over it. So you know how like with Mao, and I think there's another one where we're like, okay, well, incompetence versus, even though I don't think Mao was incompetent, but like you could say like incompetence isn't that evil or whatever. Mussolini was almost like handcuffed from being more evil by his own incompetence.
He kind of sounded retarded.
Yeah, like he was so bad at it that he did a bunch of fucked up shit, certainly, but like he almost like put a ceiling on himself because of how stupid he was.
He was just very Italian.
Yeah.
Very touchy-feely.
Yeah, I think this is my 12-5.
All right. Yeah, I'll go on. Go on. Maybe.
Whatever.
Nigerian head of state.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's moving on. Mussolini, you're out of here.
Get out.
Interesting matchup next.
Like the Italians in World War II, you're done early.
Next up, Leopold II. I think he's a sleeper. Dark horse right here.
Yeah.
Leopold II versus Ante Pavlovich. So, for those unfamiliar, Leopold II tried to maximize rubber production in the Congolese population.
He was king of Belgium.
Oh, this sounds bad.
Villages were required to meet strict rubber quotas, or soldiers would cut off their hands of men, women, and children as punishment or as proof that they did not waste bullets. It is estimated that the population of Congo was reduced by half during his rule.
Congo's huge, by the way.
Estimated deaths are around 10 million.
Whoa.
The regime was characterized by widespread rape, burning of villages, torture, and it is probably the most violent colonial endeavors in history. That doesn't get talked about, really.
I would say it might be the worst instance of colonialism in the last, call it 200 years.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier about the Ottomans, the Turks, not answering for the Armenian genocide. Boy, does Belgium kind of get off the hook here.
I've never even heard of this guy.
They
That's
get
fucking
completely
insane.
off the hook. It's like Belgium waffles, and they beat us in soccer. Aw, like monsters.
Leopold II, awful dude, maybe the worst. We'll
He is a powerful 4-seed.
It's just so funny every time you say something like that, dude. Good game, yeah. Seated right, he's properly seated. You're like, it's fucking funny.
We got the 6-11 matchup between Himmler and Robespierre. Heinrich Himmler was the principal architect of the Holocaust and a key perpetrator of Nazi crimes against humanity. Chief of the SS and German police, he organized the concentration camp system and oversaw the systematic murder of approximately 6 million Jews, according to some.
According to most.
According to, most, if not all.
Yeah, according to anyone who didn't go down the wrong YouTube valley.
And if you made it this far, you've clearly gone down the wrong rabbit hole.
Yeah.
He was responsible for this master plan, aiming for a mass ethnic cleansing. He caused, I think, closer to 14 million deaths.
I'm sure he did. Also, he killed himself, right? He was one of the guys who,
The pill, cyanide.
yeah, he got out clean.
He was about to, I think, face either trial or execution, and he killed himself.
Fucking pussy. Look, I hate Robespierre. I hate Robespierre.
Himmler?
It's just, yeah, it's impossible.
I think it has to be, yeah. He got Anne Frank, dude.
Kind of.
Honestly, my least favorite person to ever exist, I think, at the three here. Vlad Lenin versus Kang Shang.
Okay.
Dude, fuck Vlad. Lenin stinks. Lenin's kind of responsible for all the communist bullshit.
Yeah, but I will say, although the Russian Revolution was gross and the Soviet Union
Really bad, dude.
the early Soviet Union under Lenin was horrific, I don't think he's a top 5 worst communist. Like, I would put Pol Pot, Stalin, Mao.
We're having a communist off right now.
Okay.
Kang Shang was a high-ranking Chinese Communist Party official, often described as Mao's hatchet man or evil genius.
Perfect. Good. I'm glad Mao had a good brain trust with him.
He was responsible for widespread purges, created a chamber of horrors, the Gulag, involving the torture.
Just call it the Harry Potter thing.
Chamber of horrors, involving the torture and deaths of millions of people. He was known for ruthlessly betraying his own comrades and fabricating evidence to frame innocent people, including people he previously worked with.
I mean, that's just what you do. You know what I mean? Like in America, when you want to fuck over your buddy, you just like leak their sexts.
Ooh,
right?
yeah.
Or you like leak to the press. It's like the 60s. You like leak to the press that they're banging an intern or something. In communist countries, it's like one day you're just like, he said something, let's have him executed.
Yeah.
He was responsible for establishing and maintaining China's backing of Pol Pot. So he was like the guy that oversaw the financing of Pol Pot. Yeah, where are we going here?
Lenin. I'll take Lenin.
I'm still going Lenin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just bigger brand, bigger name.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
do think Lenin is a soft 3, but there's enough talent there to get through the first round. I think he's going to have real problems in the second round.
I actually feel bad about this 10 seed. Ho Chi Minh, I feel like he's just doing his job.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Ho Chi Minh on here. I'm sure he has some atrocities, but as far as communist leaders go, I mean, they were the ones that kept getting invaded. First he fought against the Japanese. Totally justified, of course. Don't even blame him for fighting against the French.
No.
Either.
He was kind of dope.
Yeah. Now, killing our boys.
Until we got there.
Killing our boys. It's another story.
He was like the first Bin Laden, really. Right? Bin Laden was going against the Russians and the Americans showed up. This guy's going against Japan, France, and then America.
Yeah.
He's going up against a kind of a sleeper 7 here. Slobodan Milosevic.
Slobodan Milosevic.
Slobodan.
You can call him Slobodan. That's fine. Yeah,
so funny.
Slobodan Milosevic, the guy who I believe was running the country when Novak Djokovic and Nikola Jokic were born.
The butcher of the Balkans, the guy responsible for the genocide in
Bosnia. Herzegovina. Yeah, he's Serb, right? He's Serb.
Yep.
Yeah, he was running the country when
Serb and Yugoslavia.
Yeah, he was running the country when Jokic and Djokovic were born. So it's like, oh, when were you born? I was born during the Reagan administration. Oh, where were you born? I was born during the Milosevic administration.
Dude, I think Slobodan's going on.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going slob all the way.
I want to say his name more. Yeah.
I just think it's funny to say Slobodan. I will put my hand up whenever I get the if I can't pronounce something, but that was intentional.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now, that's a name I would not have gotten right if I didn't grow up during, like, I was in like 6th grade or 5th grade when that shit was popping off. My cousin who went to West Point he was out of the army by the GWAT, but he was deployed to Bosnia.
Oh wow. What did they do there? Any idea?
Peacekeeping mostly, but he would have to. He was an engineer, so he would have to like remove a lot of like mines and shit like that.
Oh,
well,
damn, yeah.
I should say he was an officer.
Yeah,
obviously.
But that was their task.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Final matchup of the round: Caligula versus Pablo Escobar.
Pablo's a monster, but get him out of here.
That's why he's a 15.
Yeah, get him out of here. Caligula all day.
I look too much like him.
We should honestly reshoot all those scenes from Narcos with you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and just
like
make
the sitting
our
on
own
the
memes
swing.
with you. Yeah.
I'm just staring off into the distance, all sad.
All right, so we're to the round of 32. I think we should go a little faster.
Well, we don't need the backstory.
We don't need the backstory anymore. Let's H-Man Hitler. This might be the most contentious 32 round of 32 matchup. Hitler versus Tiberius.
This is like when Florida caught UConn in the second round last year, and that was like their toughest game until the final. Brutal catch in the second round. But yeah, I mean, I'm taking Hitler. It is still funny to me that this might be the only person Hitler faces who personally morally repulses Hitler.
I think I'm going Tiberius. I'm gonna go Tiberius is worse.
No.
I think he's a bigger piece of shit.
No. He, on a personal level, he's...
I just want it to be a toss-up to Scott. I want Scott to have to
All
make
right,
the
that's fine.
Thanks, dudes.
On a personal level, Tiberius is a worse person, but the scale, everything, like Hitler... Yeah, like Hitler wouldn't rape a baby, but he would put 10 million other people in a situation where they can rape and murder children, no problem.
I'm also trying to cover our asses so the one guy who says you're covering up for Jeffrey Epstein doesn't come after us again.
Okay.
So I'm just covering it.
It's a brutal draw.
Yeah, you're going H-Man. I'm going Tiberius. Scott, where do you
Dude,
go here? You're going to be the
You
deciding
cannot
vote.
let Hitler lose in the second round.
I kind of might.
You can't. For the sake of the show, you cannot.
Because
let Hitler-
you got Himmler, who was like the SS guy, doing the bad shit.
No, I don't.
Hitler just maybe said some things.
No, I don't need a narrative where it was everyone else's but Hitler's fault. You have to vote for Hitler.
Man. Yeah, on the personal level, Tiberius is worse. I'd go Hitler.
All right, Hitler moves on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Barely.
Barely.
It is close.
Buzzer beater by Hitler there.
Yeah, he gets a tough draw in the second round. No doubt.
Skates by.
Because Tiberius, just if anyone's listening to this and they're like, how could you possibly just go read about Tiberius?
Read about Tiberius is awful. It's the worst thing I've done an episode on by far.
It's horrifying.
And that it was so long ago, it still hits.
Yeah, it's horrifying, but it's too micro of a scale.
Then we got Cromwell versus King Herod.
Dude, Cromwell.
Cromwell moves on.
All day.
Does H-Man got another tough match?
No.
We got Kissinger versus Merriam,
What was Merriam again?
Warlord.
Oh, I think Miriam on this one.
Yeah, I'll go Merriam.
Yeah.
All right. Merriam moves on. Tojo versus Lalaurie.
Tojo. Lalaurie gets a great win. You know, she can go back.
It's a great season for
Yeah,
her.
it's a great season. She can go back to her house and talk about how like she pulled an upset, but like she had no chance at the second weekend.
No. Well, first weekend still technically.
I mean, but no chance at making the second weekend.
Right. So Tojo moves on. Khan versus Heydrich.
Heydrich was the like super micro Holocaust guy, right? Like he kind of planned everything.
Man with the iron will.
Yeah, I still think Genghis Khan, just the sheer volume.
Just doing it kind of for the love of the game too.
Yeah.
I'm good
He
with
wasn't
that.
trying to rule over anybody.
No. They just decided one day, they're like, boys, worst road trip ever?
They were the sea people. They
Yeah.
just kind of came and went.
Yeah.
Let's ride.
Hirohito versus Nero.
I'm going to go Nero here. I do think Hirohito, unlike Hitler, was a bit more of a passive participant. I'm not saying he didn't approve of it or put his name on it, But
Again, you're just letting the Japanese skate by, huh?
I'm not going to let Tojo skate by. But I do think Nero is way more of like an actual monster than Hirohito was.
All right, I'll go Nero as well. Vlad versus Jiquan, the architect of the Taiping Rebellion.
Oh, just 30 mil?
Yeah.
Shi Quan. All day. That was the other one who were like, well, maybe he was just stupid. Right? I think that was a... But yeah, Shi Quan.
The brother of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hong Jiquan. Then we got Rwanda Boy versus Tamerlane. It's tough.
This is a tough one. Because Rwanda was in the 90s. And I do think recency bias matters to some extent. Because, like, a lot of, like, at some point in history, you're like, they were just, everybody was doing it. You know what I mean? Like, all they did was do it better. But I think I'm going Rwanda here.
I'm going to leave it up to Scott then.
What was Tamerlane?
Turco-Mongol conqueror who created, he killed the 90,000 people in Baghdad for the Skull Tower.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going...
I mean, he killed millions of people, probably.
No, not probably. He definitely did.
Rwanda, yeah.
You going? No, we're saying Tamerlane killed millions of people.
Oh, yeah.
So where are you going?
Fuck. I don't care about his skull tower.
All right, dude, if you want to go to Rwanda, we'll go to Rwanda.
Yeah, I'm going Rwanda, dude.
10 seed to the Sweet 16.
Damn, dude. All right. Stalin versus Mengele.
Now, I think a lot of people misunderstand Stalin, and I think a lot of people sort of like, he was just kind of like there. You know what I mean?
No, he wasn't. Who believes that?
I think you just don't understand what Stalin was trying to achieve, like his vision.
You know what's like a great way to really understand Joseph Stalin is just watching Death of Stalin. I know it's a comedy, but like, I feel like they nail it.
No, they definitely do.
Everyone's walking on eggshells. Everyone's watching what they say when they laugh. Like he was micromanaging every little thing.
Yeah, no, Stalin takes it all day. I don't even...
If you coughed at the wrong time, he might execute you.
Yeah.
Stalin for the mustache.
Stalin moves on. Tali Pasha, the man that orchestrated the Armenian genocide, versus Yahya.
What'd Yahya do again?
I think Yahya was really bad. I might go Yahya on this one.
Yeah, I remember Yahya being like, was this African or Chinese?
He's the one who was responsible for Bangladesh.
Oh, Bangladesh.
But 3 million.
Okay. Talat was the Armenian genocide. I'm going to go Talat just for how in the weeds he was.
I think because he wanted to do it. I don't know if Yahya was trying to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Talat was all in.
Then we have Qin Shi Huang versus Idi Amin.
I'm going Edie. Edie's underrated.
I think Idi's going to make a run.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it.
Yeah. Then we got the fucking serial killing man that was homies with Joan of Arc, who also raped and killed a bunch of kids, versus Pol Pot.
Boy.
This is tough.
This is a tough one. This is tougher than Tiberius Hitler.
He killed the kids too.
Yeah.
He didn't just rape them; he killed them.
So basically, we're talking about like a serial killer, but like a really mass scale serial killer and rapist.
Pol Pot, 2 million people.
Pol Pot. Yeah, boy. I don't want to let Pol Pot off the hook by leaving him in the second round.
Yeah, I think Pol Pot moves on, but it's close.
It's a good game. Absolutely.
Mao versus Shiro Ishii.
It's Mao.
Yeah.
Mao or is it Unit 731?
I think it's Mao. Because China was probably doing Unit 731 shit anyway. You know what I mean? Poisoning kids and whatever the fuck. Like, there's nothing I can put past communist China in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
70s. Okay. Scott?
Going Shiro Ishii, 731. Also, recent.
They're both recent.
Mao's recent.
Oh,
Mao's more
fuck,
recent.
Mao's. Oh fuck yeah, Mao is recent. Huh?
Mao's more recent.
Listen, you guys didn't bring me here for my intelligence. Okay?
No, we brought you here for the tiebreaker.
I'm still going Shiro Ishii. He experimented on POWs. I'll take that.
Do I do it?
Yeah, you do.
Do I leave Mao in the second round?
He's a bum, dude. He had a bad game.
I will say a lot of his.
I think I'm going Shiro Ishii.
A lot of Mao's bodies, like from the
There it
famine and
is.
stuff, that was incompetence, right? Like that wasn't him trying to kill people. That was him being a moron. I think it's more. There's no person that died under Hitler that wasn't because Hitler wanted it to happen. There's no person that died under Stalin because Stalin didn't want it to happen. There was a lot of people who died under Mao because Mao was just a fucking moron.
Yeah. I'm going Shiro Ishii.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mao, dude. Later, dude.
I
He's,
I can live with that.
Florida loses early.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Then we got Leopold II versus Yakubu Gowon. I think Leopold II.
Leopold all day.
Yeah.
All day.
I think he's going to make a run here.
Yeah.
Then we got Himmler versus Lenin. This is a tough matchup.
I'm going Himmler. I do not think Vladimir Lenin was as bad as Heinrich Himmler.
Disagree. I'm going Lenin.
Fuck you. I don't know enough about Lenin. Like I thought he was on the good side if there was one. He's the guy that's in the tomb that you can go visit his face, right?
Yeah, well,
Did you just say Lenin was on the good side?
I didn't know anything about this thing. I thought he was doing the right thing,
No.
leading the revolution.
No.
He did the.
I mean, it's one thing. It's one.
I have no idea.
It's certainly one thing to be like, "Oh, the czars sucked," but they replaced it with something worse. So,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm going Himmler on this.
Himmler moves on.
Himmler gets through.
Barely. And then, final matchup of the round of 32. We got Slobodan versus Caligula.
Give me the big slobs, dude.
I'm going Caligula. I think Caligula was a sicker human being.
Yeah, Caligula moves on. And we're on to the Sweet 16.
Let's go.
We're on to the Sweet 16, boys. Hitler versus Cromwell. I don't think it's a competition.
Hitler takes it.
Hitler takes it.
Cromwell wishes. And I do actually mean that. I think Cromwell wishes.
Yeah. So Miriam versus Tojo.
Tojo. Come on. Ain't no.
Miriam killed 500,000 people.
Tojo killed way more than that. Way fucking more. And in sicker ways.
Okay. Tojo moves on. Genghis or Nero
Ooh.
or Genghis.
Ooh.
I never really know how to say that.
I'm actually going to go Nero here.
Okay.
What else did Nero do besides have a weird boy, girl, slave?
He was like the primary
Crucified a lot of Christians.
persecutor of Christians.
He would actually have them as like pyres for his party.
So he would throw parties.
Oh, he's that guy.
And to light the parties, he would light Christians on fire.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nero takes that one.
Nero moves on. Later, Genghis.
Can't be all about numbers.
No. Then we're going Taiping Rebellion or Rwanda.
Give me Jiquan. Right? Jiquan?
Let's just call him Han.
Either way.
Han Jiquan.
Han Jiquan. Give me Han Jiquan.
Yeah,
3 seed. Takes down the 10.
I agree.
That's gonna be. We got an interesting Elite Eight kind of coming up.
Okay.
Stalin versus Pasha. I think Stalin.
Yeah.
100%.
100% Stalin takes that.
Idi Amin versus Pol Pot.
Ooh.
This is tough.
That's a great matchup. A 2-3 game in the Sweet 16 is always always fantastic. It's what you want to see on the bottom half of the bracket.
Just a good game.
It's just two good hard-nosed teams.
Just going at each other. It's back and forth.
Styles make fights type of situation.
Both taking swings at each other.
Yeah.
Going on runs.
And they're both sick motherfuckers, too.
Some of the worst.
In this scenario, because everything else is pretty even in terms of like how fucked up they are and how shitty of people they are, I'm going to lean numbers. And I think Pol Pot has the numbers.
I'm going to go Itty.
Pol Pot had 2 mil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie, do we even know what he had numbers wise?
Allegedly up to $500,000.
Yeah.
But also tanked his economy by getting all the smart people out.
Yeah, that's fucking.
All the Indians who ran the country's economy.
I think that's just stupid.
Also kept severed heads in his freezer.
Don't mind that one. That's fine. Give me Pol Pot.
All right, Pol Pot moves on, dude. We got a pretty good Elite Eight lining up. Shiro versus Leopold. I think this is where Shiro's run ends. I think I'm going Leopold the second.
Leopold was every bit as sick as Shiro and had the numbers.
We just need to bring awareness to how shitty Belgium is.
I agree with that. We are an anti-Belgium podcast, 100%. I'm a little ashamed my grandfather helped liberate them.
Oh man,
Heinrich Himmler.
I should note from the Congolese, not the Germans.
We got Himmler versus Caligula. Does Himmler's run end here?
I think Himmler wins.
You got Himmler over Caligula.
I got Himmler over Caligula because again, just as sick, probably more put together. Certainly, Caligula was insane, and actually that's why I take it. Caligula was crazy, like mentally ill. Himmler wasn't.
I'll go Himmler as well.
yeah.
Damn. All right, so this is going to be the final round we vote on, and we're going to leave up the final 4 to the folks at home.
Okay.
Hitler versus Tojo.
Damn. God damn. Fuck.
Just feels irresponsible to leave Hitler off.
But like the Japanese, I always say on the show all the time, every bit as horrific as the Germans. Like every bit as evil as the Germans were.
I know. Also, we could this might be a good off-ramp for Hitler. Like, we can justify it. We won't get too much blowback.
I should have fucking gone with Tiberius, man.
I am going to stay Hitler for one reason.
It's also expected, right? Like, people are like, of course Hitler's going to be in the Final Four.
Yeah, but I want to stay Hitler, and the reason is, it's why I think the Germans do get more shit than the Japanese. Both the Germans and the Japanese were racial supremacists, right? But there's just something more off-putting, and it's why the Japanese don't get as much shit. There's just something more off-putting about how German they were about it. Like, so organized, so intentional. The Japanese were just like, yeah, we're killing. You know? Like, the Japanese were like old-school genocide. They were like Genghis Khan genocide. Now, they used modern technology like anthrax and all kinds of fucked up shit like that. But at the end of the day, they were conquering like it was the 1200s, and the Germans were just doing something like so new. Like, I guess the Turks did it a little bit in the Armenian genocide, but like they just changed the game in a really fucked up way.
Okay.
So for me, it is Hitler over Tojo. Not that I want to let the Japanese off the hook, but there is something about the level of intentionality with the Germans that makes it a little bit worse.
Hitler moves on, the 1 seed. Wow, original.
You know what? There's a reason he's the 1 seed.
He's the number 1 overall seed too, yeah.
There's a reason. Who's in the Final Four right now? Michigan and there's 2 1 seeds. Michigan and Arizona. There's a reason. They're fucking good.
Then we got Nero versus Jiquan.
Boy.
It's tough.
I think Jiquan's numbers just override.
I agree. I'm going to go Jiquan.
Yep.
I'm happy he made it to the Final Four. And I think he might give Hitler a game.
Yeah, you give Hitler a game for sure.
I think he'll give Hitler a game. Stalin versus Pol Pot.
Stalin.
Stalin.
All day. Pol Pot's like Stalin versus Pol Pot's like the blue blood team against like a decent P4 team who took like an assistant coach from the blue blood, and they had a nice run, but like you're not beating Daddy.
And then the final matchup, our final game of the pod, Leopold II versus Himmler.
Ooh.
And I think just for variety, we already have a Nazi.
I'm not putting two Nazis in. I'm going
I
Leopold.
think we're going Leopold
Yeah.
II.
Yeah, I would have gone with that.
And
I
that,
would have gone Tojo, but you know.
my friends, is the bracket where we have reached the final four of Hitler versus Quan and Stalin versus Leopold. Maybe we can actually do the two matchups in individual polls. That might be a better idea.
Can we
we'll
do
have-
two competing polls
we
on a
we
YouTube
can
post?
figure it out.
You'll
yeah.
figure it out.
Or if we can't, we'll do we'll put all four names up and whoever
It's
gets
fine.
the highest percentage.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But personally, where would you guys go here?
Man.
I think I'm going Hitler versus Leopold, and obviously I kind of want to give it to Leopold.
Leopold doesn't stand up to Hitler.
I know, but
He doesn't.
I got Hitler versus Leopold, and I think Hitler wins.
Was it Leopold versus Stalin?
Yeah,
Okay, Hitler Stalin.
all right. Honestly, that's probably a better matchup. Like the votes are going to be closer,
Yeah.
and we're going to piss off both sides. Of the
I'll tell you
aisle.
what. I got Hitler Stalin, and I think I'll take Stalin. I think now Hitler. Here's Hitler. Here's where Hitler comes up short, and I suppose it's not his fault. But
Actually, I do agree. I think it is Hitler Stalin. I think that's the right answer.
yeah, Stalin got more time to do his things, and he put up bigger numbers.
He's the Emmett Smith.
Yeah,
Just too
Ver-
many years.
very much so. Now, if Hitler had the time that Stalin had, I think Hitler would have put up, way bigger numbers. But to make a perfect comparison, Hitler's the Sandy Koufax
Hitler's
of
Bo
genocidal
Jackson.
maniacs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like talent, Hitler, like Sandy Koufax might be the greatest pitcher of all time, Jewish, which is why I'm doing this. But Sandy Koufax got hurt and couldn't do everything, so he gets kind of like left in the fray a little bit. Even though he's still considered an all-time great, but at some point you do have to consider that he didn't play for that long. Hitler, Sandy Koufax level abilities, but didn't get to play for as long as Stalin did. Stalin, similar abilities to Hitler, and got a full career out of it, and made the most of it.
God, imagine if we had Tiberius knock off Hitler in the second round.
I
We could have done it.
I wanted to so bad.
We should have done it.
I don't think Hitler wins. I'm going Stalin over Hitler based on,
I think we just tried to please the masses. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go with the correct answer.
most national championships in March Madness are between like a 1 seed and a 2 seed, or a 1 seed and a 1 seed, or
Yeah.
a 2 and a 2.
Not
Like,
a ton of 8s are making runs.
No. And when they do, it's like North Carolina.
And listen, we got a 4, we got a 3, and 2 1s. It's variety.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
I think we did a really good job.
And like, quite frankly, like, all credit to Leopold. He just doesn't, it's not the same.
You're right. Stalin wipes the floor with them. I don't know. I was just trying to be different. That's what it was.
I mean, at some point, I agree. I get that. And Leopold it's good he's in the Final Four. He deserves to hang a banner. Because he's a piece of shit.
I mean, Belgium needs a win.
Yeah. But I think Hitler and Stalin, I think Hitler is more evil, but I think when you take Stalin's full career into context, he becomes the biggest piece of shit, like a worse stain on humanity overall. And also, although there are some people trying to, be like, Hitler was actually pretty cool, like they're fringe and shitty. They're growing, I guess, but they're fringe and shitty. There are so many more people who will actually you on Stalin.
Oh, yeah. It's insane. Same with Pol Pot. Same with
Yeah.
Lenin. Same with Mao.
Yeah.
These people are actually communist.
So here's the thing. If people march down the street with Nazi flags, 24/7 news coverage, as there should be. There are routinely,
Hammer and sickles in every protest.
yep, and no one bats an eye. It's insane.
A lot of contradictory symbols
Yeah,
in those protests.
yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, guys. But that is our episode for today. Went long, as I expected.
Good ep though.
Good ep, though. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Scott, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course. I had a good time with all of my insight on all of these people.
Well, we needed to decide and vote. We can't do it.
Yeah,
do
no,
this
like,
with
yeah,
two
you
people.
needed a third, and I'm the best, probably.
Most knowledgeable guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Where can the good people find you?
Lastro Lopez on Instagram. That's about it. But yeah, appreciate it.
Follow that boy.
Yep. I got a lot of work to do tonight. Just putting this bracket together, the graphics. Check out the YouTube. Gonna be visually
It's a great
appealing.
visual episode.
Good way to
YouTube.
follow along.
YouTube.com, softcore history.
Just what I don't even know our actual URL. Just
I think it's
software
like
history.
/softcore history.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So anyway, just search softcore history on YouTube.
Subscribe, please and thank you. Turn the notifications on with the bell. Leave a review, 5 stars, please and thank you.
Comment with your takes. What we got wrong, what we got right.
Yeah,
Both on Spotify, because you can comment on Spotify too. On Spotify and on YouTube.
and then leave your review. Just tell us who you thought should have won the bracket, and then we'll figure out a way to put up a vote, and you guys can decide.
You can do polls on a YouTube video.
I know that,
Yeah.
but we'll see which way we're gonna take it.
Okay.
So we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for, hanging in there for 2 hours. You guys are troopers. For Ralph Fox, Scott Lopez, I'm Dan Regester. You just got soft served.